Hello all, welcome to study 14 of the Solving Studies to Improve Chess Calculation series. This study comes to us from not more, not less, the big Mikhail Botvinnik, the sixth world champion. He was not, of course, the Mikhail Botvinnik that we know now, because this position was made in 1925. So, if you are good in maths, you will find that he did this with 14 years old. That's a great achievement. He didn't compose many studies, special end game studies, but nevertheless, he made some few. This one is also co-authored by him with Sergei Kaminer. Well, maybe the name Sergei Kaminer doesn't say much to many people, but he was an important figure of the Soviet chess environment. And he headed the endgame studies department of the famous magazine, the 64 magazines. So here we have Mikhail Botvinnik, one of the founders of the famous Soviet school. Nowadays they call it Russian school, but originally was Mikhail Botvinnik with the Soviet school. And so let's see if you can solve this incredible position that you made with 14 years old. As you already know, the countdown will start. You have 10 minutes. You can also try to read the guide before if you haven't done it yet. And see you in the solution. And okay, I don't think this is a hard one, but still also interesting. The first move is a bit obvious, so we give a check because the king is more or less without space, and the king is forced to come to h4. There is not any useful move, like for example, if you try to play something like this, just with the idea of checking mating in the next move. Well, this gives white black the win with moves simply like this discovered check. As you can see, the queen is giving a discovered check. Then there's no defense for white. Basically, you move the king and you get checkmate. So first move, I think it's obvious. It's g4 check, the king moves here. And now we need to think a bit more. And here is the difficulty of the study. Uh, Things that we can try, well, with the idea of trying to deliver mate, taking in account that the king is in a very fragile position, we are intending to play next queen h2, but the bishop is in the way. So most logical way to think is how can I move the bishop and deliver mate. But things like, for example, going down, checking the king, well, this just allows the knight to take the bishop, of course, and check, and the king moves away. There's no way to keep going. We can't take the pawn as it's protected by black's queen. So no way to force, and in the end it will be black going to win. So without this, maybe we can try a small passive move. The idea is again to deliver check in the next move, but here we allow black to win some tempo, like the discover check that we saw. The king moves, and then the queen can deliver another check. Now makes no sense to go to this side, as it's simply everything is defended, and now I am threatening a new discover check. There's no way the king is going to have problems. The Now we have, of course, a losing situation for white, and going to the other side for the corner, this just allows us, we can even take the pawn again, and so even after the check we will escape with the king. There's no more forcing moves after here, and as you can see, materially white is lost. So basically here we are forced to think in a very active way. And when we are in these situations and we need to move the king, the a piece away from the obstacle of having our king delivering mate. If you remember, I think I talked about this in a previous study. I don't remember which one, but the idea is to think what would be the ideal move over here. And after thinking about the ideal move, it's easier to find the correct move. So we need to move the bishop away, but with tempo. And so basically, we are going to discover this very brilliant move, both attacking the queen and at the same time threatening checkmate. Okay, but this only forces black to take the bishop. But here we are in the area of the forcing moves. If you remember from the guide, I talk about the important way to escalate the thinking. And so forcing moves we need to take, then check, the king moves to g5, only square possible. We deliver another check. Here it's the most rotation of the queen, and only move possible is to protect with the knight, because if the king moves away, we take the queen. So that's not in the interest of black, of course. So the knight protects the blocks the check, and so we deliver a beautiful checkmate. Okay, not a very hard study to do, also allows us to improve calculation, but above all, to appreciate this beautiful study from a 14-year-old when he was not yet the sixth world chess champion. Hope you have enjoyed, and see you again in future studies. Bye bye.